So, namaste and welcome to this episode of Connaissance Specialist and We With You. I'm your host, Lovely Dwivedi, and today we are exploring a very nice topic education and climate change. So, the full name of the topic is Education, Climate Change. Can schools lead the sustainability movement? So, we are joined by the inspiring Dr. Priyanka ma'am. Dr. Priyanka Bhattacharjee, ma'am, she is supervisory head at DAV Public School, Jasola, Vihar, and an expert in energy economics. Welcome, ma'am. Welcome to this beautiful podcast series. We are really honored to have you here with us. Very recently, very shortly, Dr. Rishi Mishra sir will also be joining us. So he's busy somewhere. So with this, we just beginning with the series. So, ma'am, we have few set of questions because our audience is really very keen and interested in knowing what exactly in are the topics that we need to have a few knowledge on. So, my first question to you is, Dr. Priyanka, ma'am, how can schools integrate climate education in their daily curriculum so that students not only learn about sustainability but also live in?
Okay. Uh, there's a question. This question is actually very close to my heart. And thanks that you have actually asked it in the very first place. I would say that, talking about the sustainability and integrating it with schools,
Hmm.
climate education should not be just taken into another subject like that. Okay. We need to just understand that the magic actually happens when we integrate all these things together and make it something very beautiful, and it is a like make it as a part of our daily life. I mean, how would I say that? Of course, quoting a very important line from NEP, the National Education Policy, I would say that NEP emphasizes strictly on the holistic and the multidisciplinary learning, and they are also encouraging the learners and the educationists to weave everything in the educational platforms. So I'm blessed that being an educator, I can definitely reach out to more people. And you know what? The magic is always happening when something is directly transferred just by observing and not by telling that, okay, this is the thing that you need to follow. These are the rule books that you need to check. To be very honest, it should be like if a 10-year-old, I would say, as an example, comes in front of me and the person is seeing that me as a teacher or as an adult is behaving in a way like asking a very generous question like, okay, I'm carrying this smartphone, okay, I'm carrying this iPhone, whatever series it is, and I'm just telling that, fine, let's research it together, children. What materials is are these things made of, or is my smartphone made of? So then if we are finding that, okay, if these materials with which the iPhone has been made, it is sustainable, then of course the children would be fascinated. It should be something like, oh, we can also do it. Let's take another example. Honestly, uh, suppose we all know that we have a like schools provide 15 to 20 minutes of lunch break or the recess. Now students are very keen and they are, of course, visibly they wait for the lunch period. They have a time to again meet other friends and have their lunch together. But what if we tell that, okay, whatever you have brought in your lunch or you are eating something in the cafeteria in the school or whatsoever, you know what, uh, you are going to just have nothing abstract. Let me break it down for you. How? um, Whatever you are having your as a byproducts or whatever things you are throwing it off, we can definitely also use it to just dug it and grow these things in the cafeteria or maybe in the garden soil.
Hmm.
right? Like
Yeah.
for example, you
Agree.
have an apple or a banana,
Mm.
the things can be just composted like that. Or the schools are already
Yeah.
doing it. They're
Yes.
creating compost pits and all those
Yeah.
things. So that time the children is like finding, oh, why did we do this? The question would be
Mm.
coming to their
Mm.
mind.
Mm.
And of course, dealing with this sort of children and this sort of
Mm.
question, which are very much innocent, at the same time, they're penetrating deep down.
Yeah.
I think that is going to click. And this is something where we can go beyond our learning from the textbook itself. So when they are seeing, okay, my lunch waste is
Mm.
turning into a garden soil. Oh
Mm.
my God. Then they can also think like, okay, now this I've done, and the
Mm.
tree which is growing or the plant is this
Mm.
we have
Mm.
done it.
Yeah.
That creates a sort of, I mean, impact or change, if I have to give you answer that way.
Yes, ma'am,
Thank you.
because absolutely, because when learning turns into lived experience, students become change makers in real life. And I'm really very excited to learn along with me, the listeners, those who will be joining us or listening to us on our YouTube platform. They will also be very excited to learning something insightful. So, ma'am, with this, we are moving towards the second series of question. What are some practical initiatives schools can take to promote the eco-friendly habits among the students, teachers, and parents alike?
Okay. Good, good one. Again, a very good one. And I would suggest normally we have heard as a proverb that don't go for, if you want to have success in your life, don't go for the low hanging fruit.
Yeah.
Because if you are actually gorging the hanging fruit, then you are basically too much full and you are not looking up to the upper part of the tree and you are not getting those fruits which are actually up there.
Mm.
But here I would go in a different angle because sustainability is a thing which has come of late, but people are not relating to it clearly.
Mm.
So I would suggest that as a school, as an educator, or as far the student circle is concerned, we can
Mm.
start first with the low hanging fruit.
Yeah.
Again, how is it? The schools have normally understood this thing by segregating the waste bins,
Mm.
segregation bins in
Mm.
every classroom.
Mm.
But what if we are doing it as a not an extra part of a teacher's duty, but we are making a student-led monitoring team,
Yeah.
right? If you're
Mm.
making student-led monitoring teams, then we can tell them, see, for this week we are making you and
Mm.
naming you green champions. Okay,
Wow.
so let's create a Green Champions program where we can tell that, okay, you are not only the student representatives every time, but we are always going to rotate the Green Champion leadership amongst the students. So everybody get to wear those badges, the green badges, they tend to flaunt it. We are going to give you probably we are going to go paperless
Mm.
in generating a certificate that, you have done this. And then the students who have a logical mathematical background, they
Mm.
can basically go and think, okay, let's collect the data around. What's the data? So of course, people wants data as well. So there we can create this Green Champions program where the students are rotating the responsibilities and we are telling, look, this is the 1 week's responsibility for this team. Okay. 1 week, you are going to be the energy monitor.
Mm.
What are you going to do? You're going to see that if you're leaving the classroom,
Mm.
you need
Mm.
to check that you have switched off the lights or the fans.
Mm.
Next week, you can be the recycling captain. So this way we can start. Then I think yes, if we can just think that what is there in your lunch, it can be a caption for the
Yeah.
day,
Yeah.
right? What's in your lunch? So if it what's in your lunch and what's your lunchbox made of?
Mm.
So then, if you're not wrapping your roti or chapatis in the aluminium foil,
Mm.
rather you are having something else.
Mm.
So we can basically do like that. Yes, it should be definitely monitored by teachers because students would be definitely led by teachers always.
Mm. Mm.
Then, what teachers can do? We are always seeing that so much Delhi is struggling to breathe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm I'm telling this because I have also struggled, and I believe many of us have struggled to see.
Yes, yes.
So we don't want this. I think we deserve much more healthier environment. So in that case, if the teachers are generously taking these responsibilities of, let's say, they would be walking towards their school, they would be using not their own vehicles and struggling for parking or creating more congestion in the road,
Mm-hmm.
but rather they would try to swap some walk to school days, more probably, or maybe they can host some eco swap events, or maybe, I have gone to one of the school where I was seeing that every year the books are being recycled, and it has been strictly told to the students by the teachers themselves that all right, you are not going to mark anything with pen or pencil in the book itself. Why so? ऐसा क्यों? ये वाला policy, it goes back to
Mm.
one of the very nice and successful policies implemented by Japan.
Yes, ma'am.
आपको पता होगा कि जापान
Yes, yes.
सबसे ज्यादा एडवांस्ड है इन
Yes.
चीजों में, और जापान में
Mm.
आ, ये कहा गया था दैट बुक्स वुड बी रिसाइकल्ड।
Mm.
आपने एक साल पढ़ लिया, या अगले 10 साल बच्चे भी इसी बुक को
जी,
पढ़ेंगे।
जी, जी।
तो इट वुड बी बेटर दैट इफ यू जस्ट नॉट राइट एंड
Mm.
scribble in the books.
Mm.
So that can be one of the things. Then I think there is one very beautiful thing where it has been also adopted, trading some outgrown uniforms and books instead of buying new.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, and then building of community
Mm.
gardens
Mm.
where families can also volunteer together. Okay. So basically, the main motive here is to make the entire movement more social, active, and fun, and not preachy. मतलब मैं यहाँ पर, हो सकता है जो भी विजिटर्स बाद में देखेंगे इस यूट्यूब को, हो सकता है
जी,
उनमें से कईयों को ये भी लग सकता है कि इट इज लॉट ऑफ ज्ञान एंड लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स आर कमिंग, बट
जी।
the first thing which we need to first know is that is the data, or anybody who has
Mm.
become successful adopting these things।
Mm.
ठीक है। और उसके साथ जो इम्पोर्टेंट चीज यहाँ पे मैटर करता है, दैट इज वी नीड टू ऑल्सो चेक whether as
Mm.
as in it has happened to some other country, are we having the requisite amount of resources to definitely also cater to what we are saying? So of course वो कहते हैं ना कि हम
जी,
टीचर्स स्टूडेंट्स सबको एक एक एक्स्ट्रा काम दे देंगे, तो उनको भी
जी,
लगा ओह और एक और काम आ गया और एक रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी
जी,
है।
जी, जी।
तो इससे अच्छा ये है कि लेट्स डू समथिंग मीनिंगफुल विच इज एम्बेडेड,
या,
जो ऑलरेडी हो रहा है उनके
जी,
साथ ही,
जी।
सिर्फ उनको ये बताते हैं कि लेट्स make our perspective in a
Mm.
different way.
जी,
So I think green champions can work. That can be a very nice thing. And let's go paperless. I think बहुत हो गया, हम हमें greenery चाहिए,
जी, मैम।
right? So I think it answers your question to that way.
Definitely, ma'am, definitely. And sustainability is very much, this topic is also close to my heart because I have also been the student of geography, whether you talk about UG and still, and like I'll be further also doing my MSc in geography. So that is why sustainability is something which makes me quite excited. I mean, in which the concept in which we talk about the concept of preserving the resources for the future generation without compromising the needs of the present ones. So sustainability is really something, and I'm really because true, because this is true, whatever you have said, because collective action at school level can truly ripple out to entire communities. So, with this, we are moving on to the third series of our question. So, ma'am, many schools start sustainability projects enthusiastically, but they struggle to continue. What challenges do you see in maintaining the long term commitment?
Okay, yes, sure. I definitely want to say one very important perspective here, that let's make the school
Mm,
have these things embedded in their DNA. But the most important thing is that about the funding.
mm,
पैसे कहाँ से आएंगे?
yes.
इट्स अ रियल टॉक मोमेंट. ठीक
Mm,
है.
mm,
हमने भी काफी काम किया है. ट्री प्लांटेशन,
mm,
वर्ल्ड एनवायरनमेंट डे, इसमें
mm,
हम लोगों ने बहुत सारे इनिशिएटिव्स हमने भी लिया है.
जी.
और एक बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग चीज, आई वुड डेफिनेटली टेल माय whoever is watching this or will be watching this later, I would tell them to go for certain Delhi based organization and Pune based organization.
जी.
Somehow they came up to our school and we got connected. One of them is pad care and
जी.
one of them is Scrap Uncle.
Yes.
Many of you might have heard it, and
Yeah.
no, they have not paid me for saying this,
Mm,
right? They have not. Basically,
mm,
when I talk about the pad care, the name itself will give us a little bit of idea that what are we trying to even talk
mm,
about.
yeah.
तो यहाँ पर simply put, this is the Pune based company who had
Mm,
met us 2 years back,
mm,
and they also have pitched their idea in the Shark Tank.
mm,
Okay.
mm,
So even Scrap Uncle has also pitched their idea in Shark Tank. तो पैड केयर में ये था कि they wanted to have a recycling of the waste disposal of the sanitary napkins.
yeah.
ठीक है.
Mm,
We are not like Singapore that we are actually having such amount of landfills and we are creating something useful and all those things.
mm,
We are still actually looking टूवर्ड्स दिस थिंग्स. हम यहाँ पर दिल्ली से गाजियाबाद या नोएडा की तरफ जाते हैं तो हमें बहुत बड़ा एक पहाड़ दिखता है और वो हमारे लिए क्या हो जाता है, we tend to see that okay, that is a landmark, but when we come closer we actually tend to find that that is not actually a pahar. It is not made of rocks and all those things. It's a pahar of all the wastes which are disposed there.
wow,
And what
very clever.
as yeah, and what as a very evolved educator we do? Are we doing any meaningful changes? No. हम वहां से गुजरते हैं, नाक में अच्छे से हैंडकरचिप डाल के वहां से निकल पड़ते हैं.
जी, जी.
ठीक है. तो बेसिकली हमें सबसे पहले जो रियल टॉक है वो ये है कि of course sustainability projects often start with a bang. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Earth Day celebrations,
Yeah.
tree plantations.
Mm,
But then what? I would name three big challenges. पहला
yeah.
challenge, जैसे कि मैंने कहा, funding. Whenever we talk about the green initiatives, they often need upfront investment.
Mm,
And schools are always having, or any educational institutes are always having some sort of budget, right? So when they find the budget is getting tighter, this is the first thing which gets off the budget list.
yes.
ठीक है. और हम बोल देते कि चलो अगले साल बजट में इसको इंक्लूड कर देंगे, इस साल तो नहीं.
Yes.
Second,
And that's keep on delaying and delaying.
yes, they keep on changing. Second is if the leadership changes.
Yeah.
Suppose a very evolved leader comes in the
Mm,
form of a principal or
mm,
any other leader.
mm,
He or she is working towards everything. उनको समझाना बहुत आसान है और वो खुद इसके, जैसे कि आपने मुझे कहा कि आई एम अ पार्ट ऑफ दिस, आई माई सेल्फ बिलीव इन दिस सस्टेनेबिलिटी अ लॉट.
mm,
लेकिन बहुत लोग ऐसे नहीं होंगे. वो सारे
yeah.
ट्रिकियर वर्जन सबसे पहले हमारे सामने रखेंगे
जी.
कि ताकि वो बिल्कुल ही स्क्रैप्ड हो जाए.
जी.
So, suppose a passionate principal comes. Let's take the positive version first. If the passionate principal is coming and
Mm,
he is basically coming and trying to find, okay, I'm going to champion for this cause,
mm,
bring it on. I'm going to champion for this cause. But then all of a sudden, the principal gets changed. That normally happens in convent schools. Okay.
yeah.
If you see the convent school, the leadership changes often. 2-3 साल उसके बाद change. The
Yeah.
next leader who is coming, who is appointed, maybe he's no more interested, right?
Mm,
And the third most important, करने वाले कौन है? Teachers.
yeah.
Teachers. Or teacher job is a 24 into 7 job.
Yes.
And they are already having a huge burnout. Nobody talks about that, but let's talk about this. teachers are already stretched thin. And if sustainability is again added to on them as an another event, one more thing on their plate,
mm,
without any proper guidance or support, I think the entire idea fades.
mm.
So here, these are the three things which I believe is always a problem. तो solution क्या है? एक मिशन स्टेटमेंट बनाना, जैसे कि मैंने आपको स्टूडेंट को बनाने के लिए बोला है.
जी.
ठीक है. Let's talk about the budget, the performance reviews,
Mm,
or
mm,
maybe create some student-led councils
mm,
for creating more impact or momentum. And let's not only fix it towards only one adult.
mm.
Okay. देन छोटा छोटा अगर कुछ हम प्रोग्राम्स करते हैं, उससे अगर हमें लगता है कि ओके दिस इज समथिंग, यहाँ से यहाँ तक शिफ्ट हुआ है, हम क्या
जी.
करते हैं, यहाँ टारगेट बनाते हैं और सोचते हैं कि हम इतना बड़ा जंप कर लेंगे. बट इट इज नॉट लाइक दैट.
जी.
इट्स नॉट लाइक दैट कि हमें ऐसा है, वी नीड टू टेक द स्टेप्स विच आर लाइक ओके फ्रॉम दिस टू द नेक्स्ट, बाय द एंड ऑफ द डे व्हाट. अगर हम बहुत बड़े टारगेट्स ले लेंगे, achievable. And that is the difference between plan and objective,
जी.
right? We aim a lot of things, but
Yes.
what is it which we are actually trying to cater to ultimately? अगर वो नहीं होगा तो दिस विल नॉट हैपन, नेवर. एंड एक और चीज जो
जी.
मैं ऑनेस्टली एक डेटा आई हैव सीन, इंडिया
Mm,
में
mm,
CSE has actually given awards to the schools who have explored for the green
yes.
energy
Mm,
led things.
mm.
Or let me tell you who is the winner of this entire thing recently. It is Punjab. Punjab में होशियारपुर
जी.
has actually emerged as a green leader, and it has followed the footsteps of Costa Rica. कोस्टा रिका में सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट पता है कि वो एनवायरमेंटल सस्टेनेबिलिटी में रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी सोर्सेज को यूज करते हैं. सारी चीजें रिसाइकल्ड है. 98% ऑफ एवरीथिंग फ्रॉम कोस्टा रिका हैज बीन बेस्ड ऑन रिन्यूएबल सोर्सेज ऑफ एनर्जी.
That's pretty
उन्होंने कोस्टा
interesting.
रिका का पूरा डेटा अप्लाई किया है, एंड देन इट स्टूड अप एंड दे केम टू द लाइमलाइट.
जी.
दिल्ली में एक स्कूल है, आई एम नॉट रिमेम्बरिंग द नेम, बट इट्स इन द्वारका. तो दे
Yes,
आर
yes.
नाउ, यस, they have
Mm,
become the change makers.
yeah.
So if they are doing, I think we can also see how they have succeeded. And it's time that we should talk. हर चीज को हम बजट के बहाने या फिर लीडरशिप के बहाने पीछे नहीं डाल सकते.
जी. जी.
एंड आई एम बीइंग वेरी बोल्ड अबाउट दिस. ठीक है. अगर इफ आई want to do something, I would definitely do it. Definitely. And it has already started. ठीक है. Thank you for asking this question again, lovely.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Well, ma'am, exactly. Consistency and mindset are key to turning green projects into lifelong practices. With this, we are moving over to the last question of the series because how can teachers and school leaders act as role models in building an environmentally conscious mindset among the young learners?
Like I have said just a few seconds back, so let's turn the table. You know, kids are incredible BS detectors. They notice everything.
Mm.
If a teacher talks about saving water, but herself or himself is leaving the tap running, that lesson is lost, right? But when a principal is cycling probably to work, or a teacher is using a reusable coffee cup every single day, the students are tend to will tend to notice that. So even talking about my children, one day they are coming home and they are telling, "Mama, you are wasting the water. आप काफी टाइम से पानी को ऐसे करके रख रहे हो. आपको मैं बता रही हूँ, हमें सिखाया गया है एवरी ड्रॉप काउंट्स, यू नो." तो मुझे एक पानी का वीडियो दिखा रहे, फिर बोला है, मतलब एक्सप्लेनिंग इन अ वेरी डिफरेंट वे विथ लाइव एग्जांपल्स एंड डेमोन्स्ट्रेटिंग सर्टेन थिंग्स. एंड देन दे ऑल्सो टोल्ड मी, "मम्मा, आपको एक जगह ले जाऊंगी, वहां पर आपको पता है पानी नहीं आता और ये दिल्ली की ही बात है." ठीक है. तो दे आर वेटिंग फॉर दैट पार्ट ऑफ द डे टू फिल देयर all the vessels and everything, ताकि उसी पानी से they are going to take their bath or cook and everything else. Then I felt oh guilty. ऐसा लगता है कि पानी को हम ऐसे बहाते हैं जैसे कि वो बिल्कुल ही फ्री है. एंड बीइंग फ्रॉम द इकोनॉमिक्स बैकग्राउंड, हमने एक बच्चों को एक पैराडॉक्स सिखाया था. और वो एक बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग पैराडॉक्स है. उस पैराडॉक्स का नाम है वाटर डायमंड पैराडॉक्स. ठीक है. एंड इट इज अ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग पैराडॉक्स. इस पैराडॉक्स में पता है क्या कहा गया है? कहते हैं कि डायमंड जो है, टॉकिंग फ्रॉम द कॉन्सेप्ट, बिकॉज इकोनॉमिक्स ऑलवेज टॉक्स अबाउट द डिमांड एंड सप्लाई मैकेनिज्म. तो यहाँ पर एज अ ट्रू इकोनॉमिस्ट आई ऑलवेज टेल टू माई स्टूडेंट्स, सी, पानी हमें सबसे ज्यादा चाहिए. पानी के बगैर हम एक दिन भी जिंदा नहीं रह सकते. लेकिन हमने सीखा है, जिस चीज की सबसे ज्यादा डिमांड है उस चीज का प्राइस बढ़ता है, राइट. और जिस चीज की सबसे कम
जी
डिमांड है उसका प्राइस
जी
बहुत रेयरली चेंज होता है ना.
जी
बट यहाँ पर ये पैराडॉक्स क्यों है? पैराडॉक्स मतलब बिल्कुल ही उसका ऑपोजिट रिएक्शन दे रहा है
जी
कि पानी हम सबसे ज्यादा यूज करते हैं, और पानी ही डायमंड के कंपैरिजन में, डायमंड हम बहुत रेयरली यूज करते हैं. एंड इट इज
जी
समथिंग, अ
जी
मैटर ऑफ प्राइड व्हेन वी ओन अ
जी
डायमंड. सो डायमंड इज सो एक्सपेंसिव, एंड यू नो द
जी
वाटर इज नॉट इवन चार्ज्ड.
जी
So that's a very interesting concept when we make our children understand about a Marshall's condition about elasticity
जी
of demand.
जी
ठीक है.
या
तो इसीलिए I wanted to include that here, that this modeling goes deeper than habits, though. It's
जी
about demonstrating certain values,
हम्म
showing some
हम्म
curiosity about nature,
हम्म
expressing care for the community, or admitting
हम्म
when you don't know something about environmental science and learning alongside the students. Just as I said in the very first thing,
यस यस
अगर मैं बच्चों के सामने जाके खुद ही इस बात को स्वीकार कर लेती हूँ कि
जी
बच्चों
जी
मुझे नहीं पता, मैं जो फोन यूज कर रही हूँ
जी
इस पे क्या मटेरियल्स डले हैं और कितना ये
जी
एनवायरनमेंट के लिए
जी
सस्टेनेबल है,
जी
लेट्स फाइंड इट आउट. कई बार ना,
जी
पुट योर things down. You are going to get more
जी
sort of attention from the students.
जी
आई थिंक ज्यादा अगर हम दिखाते हैं कि हमें बहुत
जी
आता है ना,
जी
तब वो होता है कि नॉलेज ट्रैप.
जी जी जी
इट बिकम्स अ नॉलेज ट्रैप. आई
जी
थिंक वी नीड टू गेट आउट ऑफ दैट एज वेल.
जी
So here I would say that school leaders can create the culture
जी
by
जी
making
जी
sustainability
जी
visible in their decisions.
जी जी
Like, why did we choose this vendor?
जी यस
Because they have sustainable practices. Or why are we renovating this building?
जी
To improve energy efficiency.
जी जी जी
When the reasoning is transparent, now the
या
students learn and automatically that the environmental
जी
thinking is not separate from their daily life.
यस
It's just how we make the decisions.
yes, yes. So, ma'am, that's really very beautifully put. When educators model what they teach, values take deeper roots in students' heart. With this, we are really very thankful to ma'am and to all of the listeners who will be listening to our or to us on our YouTube platform. So, really very thankful to Dr. Priyanka Bhattacharjee, ma'am, on behalf of Connaissance Specialist Dr. Rishi Mishra, sir, and we AVQ. We are really humbled and really very thankful that, ma'am, you have taken out time. And we also focus on profile building, a very interesting program in which we also shape the young minds, including the internship for school students, legal internship with member of parliament, and nowadays also a new segment sir has introduced, including the internship for neurovision, like mathematics and heuristics, and teaching the students basic life skills. So that is how, with this, to all our listeners, thank you so much, Dr. Priyanka ma'am, for sharing such uh, in enriching insights. So to all the listeners, let's continue taking small steps that makes a big difference. Stay conscious, stay kind, and keep creating a greener tomorrow. Thank you so much, ma'am. It was really very nice, and we are really humbled to have you on this with us. Really looking forward to next series of podcasts.
Wonderful.
So much, ma'am. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you.
Sure, lovely. And this was an amazing session altogether, and beautiful questions put. So, yeah, there was certain things that I wanted to share more, but yes, I understand the time constraint and everything. But my takeaways, amazing. And yes, if something definitely we do in a practical way, and if we are successful, then we are going to definitely share with the platforms. And I think the connection specialist rock.
Thank